Hi, this is Dr. Tom Gerard, and I would like to go over a few things on why you are taking this class and some interesting things that you need to know about statistics, especially in the business environment. First of all, I'd like to say that this is actually two courses in one. If you were in the social sciences or even the physical sciences, you'd be taking a research methods class and you'd be taking a statistics class. So research methods is kind of what you've been going through with selecting population samples from a population, designing your survey instruments, and making sure that the way you gather data is correct, and the way that you're interpreting the data is correct. That is the area of research methods. Statistics is the mathematical part about it. So math, the thing that makes statistics different from most things in mathematics is when you do a math problem, you either got the right answer or the wrong answer. In statistics, you can go through and do a whole bunch of math, and at the end of the day, you get a number that's the answer, but the conclusion that you draw from that answer could be wrong. And we talk about that later on in the course, because it really has a lot to do with the design of your research, the way you gather data, the way you interpret the data. And that's really under the realm of research methods. So we have dual work here. We have to learn about research methods, and then we have to learn the math on how you calculate all this data you've gathered. And so that's why it's a bit challenging. Most of the stuff you've gone through in chapters 1 and 2 cover most things that relate to research methods, and I'm going to put some videos up of going through those myself just to kind of guide you along. It's not required that you watch all those videos. I think they're great because, I'm talking. But anyway, so why the thing that I want you to come away from this course is to think differently about the world around you. I mean, we're bombarded every day with information on the internet, on the news, television, everywhere we go. People have an opinion of things. And what we do in research and statistics is we try to separate what's somebody's opinion from something that has some sort of supported evidence. And like I said, even supported evidence can be wrong. Statistics can give you the wrong answer. You can interpret it wrong. But at least you have some methodology that you've gone through to try to come up with a conclusion that takes something out of the realm of just somebody's opinion without any scientific backing. Now, the processes that we're going to study and we're going to follow for research methods and statistics are the same. Now, this is a business statistics course, but if you were in psychology or sociology, it would be the same methodology. If you were in biology and chemistry and anatomy, it follows the same procedures. If you're in physical sciences like earth science and geology, every branch of science uses the same research, scientific method, and the same statistics to come to conclusions. So many of you maybe in 4th or 5th grade did a science project where you had the little cardboard thing that you filled out and put pictures on there and talked about the scientific method, and that's what this is about. We're going to go through that same process that you probably went through in 4th or 5th grade and apply it to business in the world the way it's used in the world today and in all branches of science. I'm going to try to use some of my examples in business, of course, but anyway, we want you to know that it's the same regardless. Now, the other thing is statistics is doing math. And to do math, you have to have numbers. And so what we're really doing is but numbers in themselves mean nothing. The numbers are representative of whatever it is you're studying. So we're really studying about things, whether that's events, if it's about people, if it's about machinery. When we'll talk about machinery, a lot is used in business statistics is machinery. I bought a multi-million-dollar machine that manufactures widgets. It puts out widgets, and I paid for this machine. It's supposed to produce 10,000 widgets an hour, and if it's only producing 8,000, and that's a statistically significant difference from what I'm supposed to be getting for what I paid for, then that's an application of statistics. But really what we're looking at is turning events into numbers so that we can do all this math and get an answer. Is there a statistically significance in these numbers? So think about in your regular life. I don't know if any of you have ever gone to buy a car or bought something on credit. Then one of the things they always say is, well, what's your credit score like? And you might say, well, that's just a number. It doesn't represent me as a person and the way I can pay my bills, because, I had some problems. Maybe I lost my job. I got behind on some things, and I wasn't able to pay on time or whatever it was. But that's all changed. Now I got a really good job. I'm paying all my bills on time. But in and so the way that's describing you, there's still a credit score, and banks make a decision about your credit and the risk based upon your credit score, and that's one number that represents you, and it can haunt you because maybe it's not applicable to your situation like I just described, but yet it's still the way things are in the world. So we're going to turn events into numbers and interpret those numbers, but it's still up to the researcher and the research methods to determine on whether that's accurate or not. So I want to say something quickly about the program SPSS. That's short for Statistical Package of Social Science. It's, like I said, it is the #1 statistical software out there. And so for you to learn it in this class, there's good and there's bad. So the good is it's used everywhere. It's owned by IBM, I believe. And, it's well recognized. If you were going to do a dissertation and you're a doctor or you're doing any kind of research, you're going to use that program. So it's good to know it. It's good to have it on your resume. However, in our course, because we already have so much stuff to learn, so many new things that you're trying to grasp, to try to learn a whole new program is a bit much. So we're going to try to minimize what we have to do in SPSS, but we will still be using it. It could be an entire course in itself because it's an extremely powerful program. It would be a class that you would take after you've already had research methods, after you've already had statistics, and even an advanced level of statistics. But it is good to be exposed to it so you can say you've done it and you kind of understand how it works. It's a lot to learn. I try to get everything in Excel that we can do in Excel. So that's where I had the video about how to add the analysis tool pack to your Excel. I hope that you have done that. That will really help us too. So that's about all I want to say for this video. I'm going to go ahead and post some videos in each of the modules, or units. It's called Unit 1, where I talk some things about that I'd like to share with you. I think because you're an online student, you can watch these videos at your leisure anytime you want, and but yet without having some sort of discussion with me, you're kind of missing out on some stuff, because I do really have years of experience in many different things, especially in business, and I would like to try to bring some of my years of experience to help you with stories and stuff, and how does this relate to life. So really, takeaway from this is that you don't have to memorize the mathematical formulas unless you're some kind of savant or something. It's not about that. It's not about being able to know how to do all this, how to work the calculator, how to work SPS, It's really about trying to understand, what does this mean? How does this relate to me and my situation into business and to everything I hear around me, all the people's opinions? How does this work? And what is the concepts? That's really what's important. Now, that's what I'd like you to take away from the course.